Hello and welcome to the CPD Group Podcast. Join us as we guide you through all things CPD, interview some special guests and offer advice to help your business thrive. We hope you enjoy listening. Hello everybody and welcome back to Series 2 of the CPD Group Podcast. We're here today with a few members of the team just to talk to you a little bit about what our plans are for 2024 and just to introduce, put faces to names, that kind of thing, so that you know who you're talking to when you come on board with the CPD Group. Okay, so we are looking today to talk to, firstly, our Business Development Manager, Nicole. Welcome.
Hello.
How are you? You all right?
I'm good. How are you?
Not bad. A bit cold this morning. But
yeah, got the hoodies
apart
on.
from that, the hoodie helps, doesn't it? Absolutely. So we're here today to talk to Nicole just about, becoming an approved provider. What is the process? Because if you do come on board with a CPD group to have your courses accredited or your trainers or anything like that, Nicole's more than likely going to be the first person that you speak to. Okay, so Nicole, tell us a little bit about you and the job that you're doing here at the CPD group.
So I am the Business Development Manager. So more than likely you will speak to me first if you are thinking of coming on board with us.
Absolutely. I mean, one of the things that I hear quite a lot, when, talking to you mainly, the conversations you're having, is that people say, is it free? Because it is free.
Yeah.
And people think, sometimes free, just, too good to be true, that kind of thing. Do you get that quite often?
Every phone call.
Really?
Yeah, and pretty much. So we'll just sort of talk about their business first of all, ask them to sign up. We may ask to see some policies, just make sure that they are CPD ready before they then go on to purchase a plan and get assessed and all that sort of stuff. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the things as well, becoming an approved provider, this is one of the benefits, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because once you come on board, yes, it's free, but for that, you get a lot of different benefits, don't you? In terms of added value, free
Absolutely.
documentation, all that kind of stuff. I mean, tell us a little bit about that.
So there's lots of different benefits. Once you become an approved provider, you'll be able to get a logo that shows that your company is CPD ready. We have resources on our portal. We also have policies in place. So if you don't have certain policies, you can download templates and you can use those policies. So just really handy things.
I mean, one of the things is we like to, offer a lot of added value to our approved providers, don't we?
Yeah.
So you're absolutely right. There's those policy templates people can use and adopt and adapt to be their own, but there's also, our blog and lots of useful information in there. We've got the podcast,
YouTube.
when we, absolutely. Where we bring in lots of different professionals, which we are planning on doing a lot of in 2024. So keep an eye out for that.
Yeah.
All right. But being an approved provider, one of the most important things is it's an opportunity for a company to get to know us, isn't it? And us to get to know them, because we don't want a company spending their money with us if it's not right for them.
Yeah.
So this gives them the opportunity for free to come on board, tap into that added value, all of the different things that we offer, and then be able to kind of make their own decision as to whether we're the right company for them, isn't it?
Yeah, just to see if it fits.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. I mean, I think it's a really important part of the process, because without getting to know us, how do you know that we're right for you? I find it really, really important. So, the conversations that you have with new people, I mean, do most of them know that they need accreditation in the first place, or are they coming just to ask the question?
Mostly they're interested. They may have heard it or they may have completed a CBD course and they are now ready to sort of explore that on their own.
Right.
So lots of different conversations of how they can get started. We usually sort of talk about a 3-step process, and that's then first of all signing up, becoming an approved provider, and then after that looking at getting their courses, their webinars, their editorials, whatever they have accredited.
Right, super. Yep. So, I mean, what kind of industries are you talking to? What companies and from what industries do they come from in the main?
I speak to so many industries a day, which is lovely for me. We've got healthcare, psychology, we've got electricians, we've got dog trainers, financial institutes, colleges, universities. There's so many.
Quite varied.
Very, yeah.
When you're talking to them as well, where one of our biggest things is that we publish our accredited framework. Are people aware of that when they come to talk to us, or is it something you have to point them in a direction of?
I always like to point them in that direction, just because they may ask about the materials that they need for assessment. So more than likely I would point them to that. However, some people go on a website and they do their own research. They just may ask a few questions of what's okay and what's not. So we'll have those discussions as well.
So for you, are you waiting to hear from people who are ready for accreditation, or are you happy for people to give us a call and talk to you, just to ask the general questions right from the beginning?
Both, I think. Yeah.
Excellent. So you're there for everybody, essentially.
Everyone.
Keep that in mind.
Whether they've had it before or they're brand new to this, it doesn't matter. I'll speak to anyone.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely. Well, Nicole, good luck.
Thank you.
I hope 2024 is, I know it's so busy already, isn't it? But I hope 2024? So I hope 2024 is a huge success for you.
Thank you very much.
If you need anything, I'm always here to help. So give us a shout, won't you?
Yeah, I will.
Excellent.
Thanks so much, Andy.
Nice one, Nicole. Cheers for joining us. Thank you.
No worries.
So there's Nicole, our business development manager. Next, we're going to be talking to Matt, and he's our events manager. So everybody, here we are with Matt, our events manager. Okay, so Matt's going to talk to us a little bit about, if you've got an event that you wish to have accredited, what you need to do, what you need to think of, and everything that goes along with that. Welcome, Matt. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not bad at all, mate. Not bad at all. You looking forward to 2024?
I am, absolutely. Yeah, I feel like last year was very much kind of laying the foundations for our event service. So, ready to kick off 2024.
It's already mobbed, isn't it?
It is, absolutely. Came into January expecting to be a bit of a slow start, but was quite pleasantly surprised by the amount of inquiries, applications and things in, and just general sort of interest, really.
Excellent. I mean, one thing that we must put out there as well is, again, our events accreditation is absolutely free. As we were talking to Nicole previously about, is it too good to be true when things are free? Tell us a little bit about that, Matt. Do you hear that quite a lot?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the rule of thumb these days is it's just as hard to try and sell something for free as it is perhaps with something with a monetary value. Yeah. So approaching people and offer them a service where they haven't got to pay anything, can be quite tricky. Quite tricky to persuade them.
I can imagine. So in terms of the events that you do work with, or the events providers that you work with, what sort of scale are we talking? Are we talking that we'll only work with massive, big events organizations, or do we work with the small ones too?
No, absolutely. Yeah, every single event, whether it's one or two people in a room gathering to talk about something, right up to probably one of the largest events was the IFA last year, which was over a week. I think they have a footfall of about 250,000. So yeah, no, scale isn't an issue. We're not fussed whether it's a small event or whether it's a large event. They're all important to us. They all have that, that key sort of educational content, learning value. So yeah.
So you managed to squeeze a little trip over to Berlin last year for the IFA,
absolutely.
Didn't you? How was that?
Yeah. Do you know what? I only got around halfway around the whole site. There's over 20 halls. It's massive. That was quite a good experience. I actually had to use an e-scooter to get around some of the halls. But yeah, really good experience. A lot of really good learning outcomes. A lot of educational content there. But yeah, fantastic, great trip.
Yeah, hard life, isn't it?
I'm hoping for a few this year, maybe sort of Dubai, Australia, etc. So we'll see how far we can push the expenses, Carl.
Yeah, we'll see what the budget looks like. Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about some of the events that we've got coming up then for 2024. I mean, when's the first one?
So we really kind of see the B2B season, business to business season kick off from March, really. So we've got some big events that we're working at, hoping to exhibit as well. We're over at the Business Innovation at the Excel, which is a fantastic event, bringing business leaders, people looking to start up their own businesses and things. So, we're hoping to sort of plant ourselves right in there and be out discussing with delegates, the values of CPD and what it means to people. About a week later, we then move over to the franchise show again, down at the Excel in London, bringing together those that are looking to start businesses, getting to franchises and things. And then I think we end the week back at the Excel again, which is for the Tech Show London, which is one of our new events. And again, tech leaders from all over the world gather together. They'll discuss the latest trends. There's a lot of educational content there. AI, cyber security, etc. Really big topics at the moment. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, sounds good, mate. Sounds good. I mean, you talked there as well about being there and actually talking to delegates about CPD and the value and the benefits, etc. We're happy to go to these events, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm always out there trying to sort of pimp you on the stage. Obviously, we had Futurescape last year, which was fantastic. So we had you up on the stage doing a CP talk to landscaping professionals, which was really, really good. So yeah, absolutely. I'd say we're the only CPD brand out there that is willing to go to these events, talk to people, engage. We'll have an exhibition stand, we'll get up on stage and talk to to your audience, which I think is a massive sort of added value of something that we offer.
Yeah, I mean, one of the questions I asked Nicole as well in terms of the different kind of companies and sectors that people come to us from. Same with you. What's that like? Do we have companies? Is it kind of targeted in one particular area? I mean, you've just mentioned there landscaping, tech, all sorts of different things. I mean, is it quite varied?
It is, absolutely. 1 minute we can have a discussion with somebody from the the agricultural sector, then we're dealing with somebody in accounting. So our where we can actually accredit the industries, etc. It's end to end. It can be anything.
Right, super. So if somebody does have an event, or they think they've got something that they're putting on that is they would like to well, at least start a discussion around accreditation. How do they get in touch with you? What do you need to know? What do they need to know?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can drop us an inquiry. We're on obviously all the different social media feeds. You can get in touch with the website. Give us a call. We pride ourselves on always being easy to contact. Always somebody at the end of the telephone. So yeah, drop us a message or have a look at our page. Go through obviously the event section. That'll tell you a bit of a breakdown. It is really just 3 easy steps to get accredited. Become a provider with us. We'll then ask you for some information about your event, perform a quick check on it, and then we'll look at producing a QR code that you can display at your events. Give that a scan, and your delegates can download the certificates. It's really quick, really easy, and again, yeah, totally free.
Perfect. Right. You just mentioned the QR code piece there. That was the thing I was going to move on to next.
Yeah.
So explain that in a bit more detail for us. So we do provide QR codes, but explain what that's for and how people should present it to their delegates so, people can get the most out of their accreditation.
Yeah, absolutely. So traditionally to accredit an event, event managers would have to sit there for hours emailing certificates and things. So, we've decided to take that away from the event managers and essentially produce a really easy system. It's a QR code. So we'll put some event information in there. Your delegates can essentially scan that QR code and download their certificate, which is all branded to your event. That can be displayed on a screen. So for example, if someone's finished conducting a seminar or a talk, presentation, then that can ping up on the screen. The beauty of it as well is that it's up to the delegates whether they want to scan it or not. You're giving them the choice. It may not be relevant to everybody in that room, but to those that do need it and do want it or potentially interested in it, then obviously there's that opportunity for them to scan it and then download their certificate.
I tell you, for an event manager, an admin-free mechanism for delivering CPD certificates has got to be a godsend, really, isn't it? And
absolutely.
The added bonus of it not costing a penny.
Exactly, absolutely.
Excellent. Well, good luck for 2024, Matt.
Thank you
very much for joining me. Okay, and everybody look out for the next part of this episode because I will be talking to our Accreditation and Compliance Manager, Rebecca. See you soon. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We're here, as I say, with Rebecca, our Accreditation and Compliance Manager. Welcome, Rebecca.
Nice to see you again this morning, Andy.
Absolutely. Made you a cup of tea today.
I'm very impressed. That's 2 this year so far.
I know, I've done well, haven't I?
You have.
Oh, absolutely. Right, super. So we're going to talk to Rebecca about accreditation and compliance, okay? So if you have courses, webinars, podcasts, anything like that accredited with us, okay, you will be going through Rebecca and her team. Okay, so Rebecca's going to explain to us a little bit today about how that process works, what we're looking for, what we're here to actually try to achieve. Okay, so Rebecca, tell us a little bit about your team, what you guys are there to do.
So we have a great team of assessors who will support you through your journey from when you submit your activities. And it's not just about the learning materials that we receive. It's about the learner journey and supporting you in your business and how you can ensure that your learning courses are to a high standard and support you with returning customers as well. And it's looking at all sorts of different things. So everything's assessed against the framework. And we look at things of how you can make your learning materials adaptable for learners who have maybe different learning needs and extra support, to the duration, to the legislations, as well as how you advertise to make sure that it's very clear to the learners what they are going to get when they join and enrol on your courses.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a really crucial part of it, isn't it? Our framework, as you've just described, is not just about the content. It's really important for people to understand that. We publish the framework on the website, so please do look at that if you are preparing courses to bring into us for accreditation, because it's really important that we do a 360 review of the entire course, isn't it? Not just the content, as you say, but also the entire journey. So it's really important to us, isn't it, that people are aware of that, because your assessors and your team, they offer feedback on all of that stuff, don't they?
Absolutely. And it's what the assessors look at the activities against, so it's not just a framework for our customers, it's what our assessors are using to assess the activities. And when if we have to send any activity back, all the feedback is broken down across the different elements of the framework, so you can see exactly what amendments need to be made, but also why, and why we've looked at the different areas to really support you, not only for this course that we're looking at, but future ones as well. And other areas of your business, it will help you look at things from different angles.
Absolutely. So, you know, the C within accredited, one of the C's, is about the content. Let's have a little focus on that for a second. So what we're looking for is, well, explain to us, what are we looking for? What kind of materials do we need from people when they're submitting their courses to us?
So the content, so it's any learning materials that either the learner will be using or the trainer, tutor is using to teach the learners. So that can be it can be manuals, it can be PowerPoints, it can be leaflets, you know, any document, whether it's a physical document or if it's online, you know, the platform that you're using to teach any theory work online, that's what we need to see, and it needs to cover all the learning outcomes that you've stated in your application. So what learning are the learners going to receive, and then we need to see how you're presenting that, and it can come in many different formats. It's not just limited to those suggestions. It could be spreadsheets, you know, anything really that we need to see so we can really understand exactly what the learners are getting and how they're receiving that learning.
Yeah, I don't want to go through the entire framework today, okay, because people can go to the website and have a look at it. But another element that I find really important is, you know, when we talk about prerequisites for courses. I mean, tell us a little bit about why we're asking that question and what a prerequisite is.
So a prerequisite is essentially prior learning that learners may need to have before they enroll onto your course. So some courses that learners go to enroll on, you need to have some courses need like a foundation knowledge before they come on. So it's ensuring that when learners enroll on, they know what prior knowledge they need to have, and if they have that, that's great. If not, it means they can go away, get that additional learning before they enroll onto the course to make sure that they can really utilise that learning. Otherwise, there'll be huge gaps and the learners won't get everything they need to from the course.
I suppose that ties in very well with the advertising, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
How people present those courses to the public, and making that kind of, you know, prerequisite really clear at the beginning saves a lot of hassle further down the line.
Exactly. You know, it ensures that, you know, you've got learners there who've got that base knowledge to start with, but also the learners at the end could, you know, sort of get frustrated because if they enroll onto a course that they actually isn't appropriate for them, if it's not being clearly stated what they need to know before.
Yeah, you see, one of the things as well that people come to us with, you know, quite a lot is about the time it takes to have a course accredited. Now, could you explain just a little bit there about, you know, why it takes us, you know, time to actually have these courses done?
Well, we're really proud of how we review our activities against the framework. But one of our selling points is that we review every single activity that every provider submits to us. You know, so we take our time, and each activity is reviewed independently from all other activities that we've had from that provider. So everything goes through that framework, and it can take us a while because, you know, we need to look at the advertising. So it's about us doing research on that provider, how they're advertising it, depending on what's within the course. You know, we log on to the online platforms. We do the learning that the learners would do, and also, you know, we ensure that, you know, certain elements like legislations are up to date. So, you know, that does require us doing our own research to ensure that we're supporting the provider stay compliant and ensure that their learners are being taught the information to remain compliant within their industries.
I mean, one of the things I suppose as well is one course may look on the surface as if it's, you know, a standard course. It's going to take us X amount of time to complete the assessment. But then when you actually open it up and have a look at what's been provided by the training provider, I mean, a perfect example is I came into your office yesterday and I was talking to one of the assessors, and they were showing me a cybersecurity course that they were assessing.
Yes.
And there was, I think it was over 30 different resources attached to that particular course itself.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, in terms of that course, it's going to take a while to go through 30 pieces of resource, you know, to actually assess each one to make sure that it is correct, it is up to date, is fit for purpose. You know, so that course inevitably is going to take slightly longer than the next one potentially that has a lot less resources.
Absolutely, you know, and also some of our providers, you know, if they're new to the world of CPD, you know, that's an exciting journey that they're going on, but, you know, we do offer that extra support, you know, with the feedback, because, you know, they they need that additional support as they learn to build their courses. So, there can be, courses going a bit to and fro from the assessor to make sure that when it goes live to their learners, it's, a high standard, good quality, and is going to be beneficial to them and their learners.
Absolutely. Just touching on that again, our assessors will feed back to you if they do find anything within the courses, won't they, that they need changing or need adapting or editing, that kind of thing. Now, that process is very much designed to be constructive, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's looking against the framework, and it's how we can support, our providers, provide that high quality training and setting them out from their competitors by providing that feedback, which is individual to each course they submit. So it means that they've got that feedback that they can work on.
So on a practical level, once an assessor has been through a particular course and has feedback for the provider, how does that actually work? What is the provider going to expect?
So the provider will get a notification that...
is that via email?
So it'll be via email. They'll get a notification to say they need to log into the portal. So you log in, and the activities that's been returned, if there's any feedback that's been sent back, will be read. So you click onto it. The first two steps are to click to say you're going to read the feedback, read through it, and then you click to say that you've understood it, and then it opens the application up, which then allows you to make the additional amendments, which might be just sort of looking at the description. It could be amending the actual learning material that you've submitted and uploading new activity, new files. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word there. And going through that process and then resubmitting it back to us. And that process, we will support the provider however many times it takes. Sometimes some people can get the amendments done, send it back to us, and that's great. We can accredit it. Others, need that little bit more support because it is maybe their first time writing a course. So we'll support them as many, however long it takes.
That's a key message, actually. If somebody is out there and they have feedback from one of our assessors, we are here to help. All right, there's a very core message, isn't it? So we are here. If you need us, just get in touch. We'll speak to Rebecca and her team, and they'll schedule in a call with your assessor so that you can actually talk to them directly about your feedback and get an inside track as to what they actually are asking from you. Okay, so please keep that in mind because it's very important. We are here to help. Okay, so once somebody has provided or been provided with accreditation, the assessor has signed it off, what happens next?
So you will then obviously get the notification, which is great to say that it's been accredited. So that means then you can start advertising your course as accredited. Within your portal, you can click onto that particular activity and you will get your unique activity logo. And this is really key. That's the logo that must go on your certificates. It confirms that activity is accredited, how many CPD credit hours have been allocated, which is the duration that was stated in the application. But also every single activity we accredit is listed on the CPD register, and there is the web address for that on the logo, which allows learners, employers, insurers to verify these certificates that you are handing out to your learners, which is vital.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Rebecca. Now, Rebecca mentioned their logos. That's something we're going to pick up in the next episode of this series. Okay, so stay tuned for that because it's really important to understand how we use the logos and what they're for, okay? But thank you very much for joining me, Rebecca.
It's good to see you again.
Been great to see you this morning. And that's the last cup of tea I'm making you today, by the way, just for your information.
Perfect.
But again, thanks very much and have a great day and say hello to all the assessors for me.
I will do.
Super. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much for joining in on this part of the series. The next episode, as I say, will be coming soon, and it'll be very much related to the logos that we offer, what they're for, and how you can use them against our brand guidelines. All right, thank you very much, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you for tuning in to the CPD Group Podcast. Be sure to tune in next time for more helpful content. See you soon.
Before you go, did you know that you can receive a free CPD certificate from listening to this podcast? All you need to do is head over to the cpd.group/podcast. That's the cpd.group/podcast and enter the confirmation code 800016.